Hey everyone, Tapdog here with Little Alchemist Helper, and today I wanted to review some of the updates that just came out in the game. I'd say overall this is a really great positive change, but there are just a couple things I want them to hopefully change in the near future because there are some things that they're kind of broke because of these changes. So let me see if I can actually get my screen to pop up here, and can I do this correctly? I can, I just have to put this in front of this, I think. Okay, good. Yeah, okay. So I wanted to kind of show you guys the announcement that came in, and let me see if I can move this over so it's just the stuff we need on here. And then pop that up. Okay, so we got an update today from Monumental. And you probably saw when you logged into the game you had to force a download. And that's because they've come up with the first major release for the game, the 2.0 version of the game. We've been going through updates of 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, but now we're on 2.0. So, which means it's a significant change. And yes, there was a big change here. To start off, they talked about how this is the 1-year anniversary of the game coming out. I think it came out last November, so it's a little bit early, but they're starting it off a little bit of a pre-celebration. It's kind of in between the 10-year anniversary of the old game and the 1-year anniversary of the new game. And so it says on here, they just couldn't wait to celebrate the 1-year anniversary, so they decided to kick things off now. And during this celebration, there's going to be a lot of special icons, a new loading screen, some gemtastic art changes, and all sorts of different things. But let's go look at that real quick. So the biggest thing that you'll be able to see is your gem icon on your screen, which mine's on the top middle of your screen right now. That's been updated. It looks a lot nicer. It's a higher resolution. It looks like it's got some more defined lines to it, which is nice. And then if you haven't seen it, let me see if I can do like a force close on that real quick and open it again. Here is what the new loading screen looks like. It just has a birthday cake in the center of it, and I realize I have to blur the player ID now. I'll do that in post, but all sorts of fun stuff here. So that's the first change that they made, and also the logo for the actual game itself. If I can go here. I know it's kind of hard to see on my screen, but the Little Alchemist logo has a little one symbol and the gem icon on it now. So, all right. So that's the first thing I wanted to talk about. Let's pop this up here. So then they talked about the gem amplification extravaganza. So when this first was explained, it was a little confusing. A lot of people did not understand what was going on. Basically, however many gems that you had in the game, add a 0 to the end of it, and that's how many gems you have now. So if you had 10 gems, you now have 100. If you had 500 gems, you now have 5,000. Okay, makes sense? Simple? Understand it? Got it? Good. In addition to that, though, they've also increased the cost of everything in the game. Roughly, most of the time, it's been by 5. So the packs that used to cost 500 coins, or I'm sorry, 50 coins each, the ones that the premium packs that you'd buy for 50 gems, now it costs 250 gems. So they've increased the amount of however many gems you had by 10, but then they've only increased the prices of the packs by 5. Okay? So that basically means you've doubled the value of your gems, if you think of it that way. The other thing that they've done is doubled or 10 times the amount of gems in other areas, and it doesn't say it here, so I'm actually going to scroll down to where it explains it before, because this just explains it a little bit better. So before, $5, if you spent $5 in the game, you would get 50 gems. Now if you spend $5, you get 500 gems, which is 10 times more than before. However, a pack used to cost 50 gems before, now it costs 250 gems. So you put that into perspective. If you wanted to buy one pack before, it would cost you $5. If you want to buy one pack now, it's only $2.50. So it makes a lot more sense. It's half the price for them, but you're still paying the same amount for the gems. You're just seeing a larger amount. And I think the reason they're doing this is because they want to be able to offer more gems to free players, and it feels a lot more rewarding for a free player to be able to get 10, 20, 30 gems at a time instead of 1, 2, or 3 gems at a time. So I understand that. Makes sense. Now, most of the other things in the game, they've also slashed the cost of doing it, except for the cost to buy the 2 extra research slots in the game. Those are still 40 gems, but that's a lot better now because that's really only the cost of 4 gems from the previous game. So, is that right? Yeah, I think that's right. No, those are they're 400 gems still. So those still cost the same amount, but still, it's basically like if you were to only spend 20 gems on them now because the value of your gems has doubled. So that's a good thing. But let's talk about the ways that you now get 10 times more gems. So in your cauldron, on day 2, you used to get 1 single gem. You now get 10 gems on that day. And then on day 6, when you used to get 3 gems, you now get 30 gems. The level up reward, when you level up between levels 1 to 100, you sometimes will get a single gem as your reward. Now that is 10 gems. The goblins, all of them now give 10 times the reward. So the bronze and silver, instead of giving 1 gem, now give 10. The gold diamond, oh god, the gold goblin now gives 50. Is that right? Yes. The diamond goblin gives 100, and the onyx goblin gives 500 gems, because that's 10 times each of those rewards. Arena doesn't really have a way to give out gems besides the season reward, so we'll talk about that in a second. Your daily reward of 10 times the gem, I don't know what the daily is. I think that might be a new thing. So we'll find out what that is. And then the season reward is 10 times more. So the season's ending tonight. If I go to my game over here to the arena and I go to the season reward, you can see these have been updated now to have much larger prizes. So the first place person gets 1,500 gems, and it goes down from there. But even people on the very bottom are going to be getting at least 50 gems every month just from the arena season. So that's kind of cool. I think my free-to-play account's going to get about 150 because he's somewhere between, he might even be in the top 3,000. I think he's between 5,000 and 3,000 though. So he might be able to get some more gems, which is nice. But again, you have to remember, the other items did go up in value as well. So it's not like 500 or 200 gems is going to buy me multiple packs. It'll maybe buy me 1 pack, you know? So you just have to remember that the price of things did go up as well as the value for gems. But the things that you spend on did not go up by 10 times. They only went up by 5 times. So here's where I get to the good and the bad. Card packs are 5 times more than they used to be. So instead of being 50 gems per pack, it's now 250, which is actually a discount if you think about it. So those last 2 packs that came out were only 25 gems. That is actually what they're doing for the foreseeable future. I don't know if that's for all packs, but at least from what we can tell, now every pack you buy is basically, again, you have to take the 0 off here, so it'd be 25 gems, but it's 250 gems is what the cost is. So that's a good thing. That's awesome. Upgrade packs now are only 250 gems. That is the, if I hide this real quick and go back to my screen. So you've got your premium packs, which right now Multiplicity and End of the World are in the shop. So both of those are the right price. Good. Again, it's like if they'd been 25 previously. The upgrade pack here is also now 25 gems. It's still not worth the value. You're getting 144 dust for 250 gems. It just doesn't make sense to me. This time traveler event used to be 60 gems, so now it's 3,000 gems. Again, it's a 5 times more. Still, not very valuable or not worth it in my mind for it, but that is nice that it's half the price it used to be. Close this one more time. Other thing it says here, portal keys are now 5 times more expensive, but it's 50% cheaper if you think about it that way. So if you wanted to buy a key for the portal, I think 10 keys was 180 gems before, so now it'll be 1,800. Oh, no, it'd be 900 gems. I think that's right, 900 for the full of them. Energy refill. Now this is the one I'm most excited about. It only costs 10 gems to refill. So that's basically, in the old game, it would have been 1 gem to refill. It used to be 2, now it's 1. So that's a huge change. That is, if you're wanting to level up quickly, get more dust, get more gold, that's your little secret there. Being able to only spend 10 gems to get a refill, that's awesome. That's something it's almost like free energy at that point. So that is a great one to have, to remember if you are needing more gold, or dust in that sense, to use the energy refill. The other thing on here, can you see my, you guys can't see my mouse unless, oh, okay, if I go like this. Okay, so that's good. Heroic continues, heroic refills, and arena refills. These are the ones I'm most concerned about, and I think, in my mind, might need to be adjusted back or even changed more. So heroic continues. This is, I believe this is if you finish a round and you lose from health or run out of cards, you can continue from where you're at. It will refill your health or it will refill your cards. It'll actually do both, I believe. So now that's 50 gems. It used to be, let's see, that would have been 10 gems to refill, I believe. So it went from 10 to 50. Again, that's a 50% off because it would have been 100 gems. Which that one's not, I mean, I understand that one. Heroic refills, I think that's if you had used all 3 of your tickets for the day, you could refill your tickets, and that would be 100 gems to refill. Don't know why you would want to do that, but you got that there as an option. And then the one that I'm most frustrated with is this arena refills are only 100 gems. So that's basically when you run out of turns in the arena. Let me go to the arena here. You've got your, I've got 11 turns right now that I can use. When I finish all my turns, previously I'd have to spend 20 gems in order to refill. Now it would be the equivalent of spending 10 gems to refill. So they've dropped the price of this, and I really don't like that. I personally would like to see them remove arena refills. It spoils the purity of this whole thing and makes it a pay-to-win aspect of the game, which is not needed. And it basically means that if you look at the rankings, if I go to the worldwide, people can just pay to be on the top. Because, like, Makani here, who's in second place, he has way more wins than everyone else, right? 1368 there. Whereas the other guys that are at the top, Maximus and Hackers, have about 1,300 wins each. And if I had been playing the whole season, I'd probably be about that same amount, 1,300 or so. So that means that Makani there has done probably 4 or 5 refills to get to the spot that he's at. So if he did 5 refills and you get basically 75 stars per refill, you can do the math real quick. Calculator. 5 times 75, that is 375. So he's got 375 more stars than he should have because of doing those refills. So he should be behind Hackers and be in 3rd place, which means that he's getting an extra 150 gems and 20 extra puzzle pieces because he's paying to be in that spot. I personally think it's not worth it. It's not a good idea to invest in, and I think it ruins and spoils the whole purpose of having a ranking system. Why have a rank showing how good someone is when someone else can just pay to be on the top? You know, that's part of the reason I don't like playing in arena, because people can just refill. You can spend the whole time winning every single round, playing as optimally as possible, only sleeping for 7 hours a night, using all your turns, and still not get first place, even if you win every single one, because people can use these refills and cheat. In my mind, it's cheating, you know? So I don't like that they changed this to make it easier for people to refill. That's the one area I wish they would consider either removing it or actually adding an extra 0 costing 1,000 gems, you know? Make it a pain, not something that you just do willy-nilly and waste your money on. The last thing that they also changed on here was research speed up. Is basically they have the cost for that. It's only 5 gems per hour. So if I go over to my research here, I've got one here that basically it would have been 12 gems to remove this, and now it's 115 gems, which sounds like it's gone up, but again, it's gone to actually be less than that. I don't know my numbers. 23 gems to get rid of it, because there's 22 hours left. But now it's 115. So that's a good change. It also, they wanted to make note that you might not notice this change on your next goblin, but the goblin after that, once you've downloaded 2.0, should be the correct amount. But if your very first goblin you fight, whether you've already fought it or coming up here in the next couple hours, if it's got the wrong amount of gems, the one after that should be fixed. One other part of note here, obviously they came back out with End of the World. I've got the pack review on my channel. You can read that, watch it if you'd like. And then one final thing that they did, and I don't think I can see it on here, I might have to lift this up. They also just gave everyone 500 free gems as a thank you, so basically 2 free packs of your choice. So that's kind of a nice little thing. But I just wanted to talk about all these things, all these changes. Overall, it makes sense. It lets them be able to offer more free gems to players, and also reduce the cost of packs as they work through them, because now, previously, when you only had to spend 25 gems for a pack, to reduce it by 5 wouldn't seem like that big of a deal, 25 to 20, but going from 250 down to 200 gems, that sounds a lot better as a discount. So I can understand that value change, and as long as they did it the right way like they did here, where they increased all of ours the same amount, that's good. Only thing, like I said, I want them to change is get rid of the arena refills or increase the cost, because it's just going to lead to more people gaming the system, making it less fun, less competitive, and more pay to win. So hopefully they listen. They haven't been listening to me, I'll be honest. I've given them a lot of good feedback on things, and they just don't seem to listen, and they do the exact opposite. So I'm not really interacting with them all that much anymore. I'll still provide them feedback if they ask me, but it doesn't seem like they care about that. So sorry, a little bit of a downer there, but just wanted to be real for a second. I hope things change and improve, but it is what it is. I'm just here to give you guys my thoughts and feelings, but I want to hear from you. What do you think about these changes? Do you like them? You happy about them? Sad about them? What do you think? And let me know. Alrighty, take care.